All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to the Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahushai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, we are getting into DNA information dealing with Native Americans. And I do this video because we've been here and done this before, but it's something that has to be repeated because I still see like tons of TikTok videos and tons of Israelite debating Aboriginal people on who they are. And a lot of these people that do that content and do those debates, a lot of them haven't done their DNA test. The irony is, Gorilla Hebrew is doing a debate with a Aboriginal guy, and at least Gorilla Hebrew done his DNA test. At least he talked about it and shared it with people. Most of the time, many of these people are going off of assumption from their family, from their historical references that they believe in, when it could be true or false. It's just one of those things to where those people have to take those leaps of faith to reach a better conclusion, a sound, factual conclusion to who they are. So, with that being said, let's get into this video about Native American DNA. So, we are here at Wikipedia, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna start here. Let's get into the background of the topic at hand. So, here we are. There's a One West doctrine dealing with Hebrew Israelites, and the doctrine is dealing with a 12 tribe chart. And a lot of the people that have an issue with this most of the time is dealing around the content of nationality representation of these groups of people. And then once they show the nationality, they go into the demographics that it's targeting. So the demographic is dealing with Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminoles Indians. So the issue is the latter, with the nationality in those demographic groups or those overall groupings of people. All these people are different groups of people generally, like race groups, so you have Shemitic, Japhetic, you have a possibility of Edomites in between some of these Central and South American groups, because like I said before, all these Shemitic groups of people are in Africa. A lot of these Shemitic groups of people are in Africa. A lot of these Shemitic groups of people are within the same ethnic groups. So it starts to get difficult to understand these doctrines if you just generalize it. If you generalize it, that means any and everybody can be a Israelite. And with that being said, we don't want that. The other issue with this doctrine is going by the paternal side. So the thing is, with the paternal thing is, we are now excluding our women. So now our women could do whatever they want. If we have women, it's like now this doctrine is just doing away with women, and we don't need them no more because we have other groups of women. So it's two things. So one, this doctrine is definitely putting away black women. So black women are being pushed to the side. And now you are bringing up all these Central American and South American women. There are various groups of people. So when that's your structure and your argument, this means white women, Chinese women, white women that you consider to be Edomites, Chinese women who you consider to be Moabites. These groupings of women are now fair game. So, and it's sad because now, because women do not matter, and a lot of people tend to go, well, we're going by precepts, and this is what. Okay, well, let's see if your doctrine is gonna hold up then, because it's looking pretty obvious to a lot of people that you are just lusting after the skin, and you don't even know what is the different groups of people that you are trying to defend your identity and your doctrines against. You can't even, identify the people that's supposed to be your enemy, let alone identify the tribes of Israel. So, with that being said, let's get into this information. So, I was like, let me do a Wikipedia search on all these groups, because they go Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminoles, Indians. So let's get into this information. Here we go. So this is the overall grouping of people that they are trying to, trying to draw in, or trying to, witness to. So they are trying to, appeal That's the word I was looking. They are trying to appeal to these groups of people. So if you're trying to appeal to these people, why not just do a overall ethnic group chart, because at least you'll say, okay, you'll be able to quickly point out if the person is on the chart, and you won't have to go, hey, what language did your family used to speak? What, stuff that doesn't even matter or make sense, because your doctrine is um, a shot in the dark at a target that's not even invented yet. So let's see. And some of this, like, I just had to generalize a lot of stuff, because a lot of this is common sense. This is almost like a part two. This is almost like a part two to the YDNA root chart that I did. So there is a YDNA 12 tribe, one West chart, putting up all the roots, meaning countries that they are from, and DNA information, YDNA information. So and all that is dealing with, once again, different groups of people. So I just wanted to share with y'all this chart, because One West camps are often talking about, well, if you have a better chart, show it, share it. If you think you do better with, show it, share it, with a chart. So maybe this should be the one that they have, if they are doing that doctrine to the best of their ability and understanding. So I'm gonna take this out and put up. I think we'll go into, let's see, I think we could go into EUpedia. So this is EUpedia. For people that don't know, I sometimes use it for a lot of the information. It's forms, it's a lot of, content dealing on DNA information, and all these are the YDNA groups. So what we are doing, okay, well, real quick, the YDNA dealing with Native American people, the original people that first relocated and migrated to the Americas, either via boating across from the Bering Strait region or boating across via Australia would be your C group. So that would be the representation of a new people or Aboriginal Australian people. So you have this C group. The next group, so the C group would be dealing with your Moabites. This D group right here would be dealing with your Ammonites. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But nevertheless, a lot of the percentages of Ammonites stay in Asia. So now we have the famous E1B1A grouping as your Israelite marker. Now we're going to just scroll all the way down. Well, we won't scroll too fast. So real quick, these are the Edomites. For people that don't know, E1B1B. So remember, Jacob and Esau were twins. So you have this marker and this marker side by side, twins. Different groups of people. There's some Israelites, due to DNA information, once they do their DNA and once they get spooked out, they start to try to figure out ways to incorporate all these people together, almost like the Olympia hoax. Guess what? Y'all guys are not the first people to freak out and to start grouping people together just to try to make it to where you're Jewish or Israelites. Y'all won't be the first, y'all won't be the last. So there is two different groups of pale complexion people. So you have this E1B1B group, and make a notation that all these Semitic groups of people are dark complexion people. Edom is still dark complexion. So Edom is heavily based in North Africa going into East Africa. And due to the slave trade and other business and trade practices in early Western African settings, a lot of Edomites and a lot of Ishmaelites been scattered among our people in the diaspora. So all these people are Shemitic pale complexion people. So this doesn't mean these people are representation of the whole group of people. So these are the Japhetic people. From G to T, So these are the other white people. This is the imitation race. So everybody think all these Japhetic people are the native of multiple countries and continents when they are just new people. So I'm gonna just scroll all the way down until I get to Q and R. So all these are Japhetic people. And once again, for people that don't know about Japhetic people, all these people have a genetic mutation that could easily make them various complexion types of people. So this I don't think there's a K on yours. So K haplogroup is dealing with dark complexion people with blue to brown eyes, blonde to red woolly hair color. So obviously they're not represented, but these are people from Solomon Island, Papua New Guinea, Oceania region. These are the ancient Greek ancestry people that relocated from the Greek Isles to the Pacific Isles. Okay, so here we are at Q. So you have a lot of Native American dealing with Japhetic Asian ancestry being from the Q group. So these are the famous people that would be representation of that um, vibe or complexion type or phenotype. Even though, once again, a lot of Japhetic people, once again, can do tan complexion, um, dark complexion, pale complexion, so on. So this is Q. So according to One West Doctrine, Oppenheimer is a Israelite. Larry David is an Israelite. But yeah, these are also Jewish people. So Jewish and Jewish. Uh, Larry David actually had Jewish connections to slave trade. So his family was heavily into trading slaves. Now we're going into the R. Remember, all these people are dealing with Native American ancestry. So, with this being the case, you have a lot of people being a part of Israel now, according to One West doctrine. You even have Benjamin Netanyahu as well. So I believe you have the House of Stewart. So you have King James as well. Now that's a heavy um, One West camp doctrine. King James is an Israelite. So I'm just scrolling down. Bear with me. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, King James and his family is dealing with this R group. We're almost done with this information. George Washington, Patrick Henry, all these would be Israelites according to One West doctrine, because these would be Native Americans ancestry. And Shay, oh look, I was looking for this. I'm glad they update these group um, setups because um, Muhammad Ali was another person that I was looking for. I was looking for Muhammad. I was looking for a lot of so-called black people, but um, Muhammad Ali and Prince and somebody else. So a lot of these so-called African American people, they do have ancestry to Native Americans. And they basically are dealing with, information from their family saying that they are Native Americans. So basically, you're setting, the that preference. You could be a possible Native American due to, your heritage period. We don't know until you do a DNA test. But this R1B or R1A marker is very much embedded into African American people. Um, some of the groupings of people are dealing with this haplogroup. And the reason how and why is because of, remember, ancient Europe with the, let's see, how we gonna explain this. I don't know if we want to go ancient or modern, but we could go like this. Um, we already know Japhetic people are dealing with mutations. So at any point in their history with Caucasian people being where they are, there have been pockets of various types of complexion groups of people, and those people have different looks and traits, but they are related. And the thing that basically, um, let's see, the the landscapes that separate those pockets of people are very vast for that time period because the different terrain that been going on with um, the groupings of people. So you have a lot of mountains in in Europe, and you basically have the boundaries of all these mountains separating a lot of these Japhetic groups of people that prevent them from knowing who else or what else lie behind these territories until they have to migrate due to famine, natural disasters, and everything else. So, with that being said, there's always been pockets of various groups of people with this complexion and mutation. That's my understanding. So that's ancient Europe. So now we fast forward a little bit into the periods that Greece and Rome come into play, and there's a great possibility of these groups of people being still proportionately various types of complexion. The only difference is most likely the ruling class are dealing with pale complexion people. So the ruling class has the power and the ability to project and to do certain things with their outlook and their point of view on their society. So, with that being the case, I'm sorry, I was watching some parts of this Colorado game and it's like crazy. Sorry about that, but so you have this setting to where Rome, Greeks, the Greece, the Empire of Greece, the Roman Empire. They are, you know, basically setting a standard or a tune or a depiction of their rulership, and at the same time they're setting the whole identity and the whole concept of what Europe looks like throughout the years, even though there's a great possibility that those pale complexion people was always a minority. Because remember, Greece had slaves from all parts of their empire, and then Rome doubled up on the same thing. And remember, the Persian Empire did the same thing. So a lot of these groups of people basically already existed in Europe and in Asia. So that's my point of view. And then you speed up close to modern day with the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages, the Renaissance. So with all that being said, you have a heavy influx of dark complexion people from Africa, whether they be Hamitic, Shemitic, going into Europe via Portugal, Spain, and even Italy or Sicily. And you already had a lot of Hamitic people there. You already had Israelites there. So the population is already been dark complexion by a good percentage. So more went in to probably double that percentage. And we see this in modern day like a repeat of history. You know, you already had dark complexion people already there from slave trade in modern era, and then more migrants and more human trafficking is putting more dark complexion people into Europe. So this is how you end up with this group being everywhere, because I believe a lot of those people, a lot of these people are dealing with Moorish descendants, that they basically, not just that, but any dark complexion people that have a coat of arms, any type of nobility status, even maybe prisoners, because Europe is infamous with relocating prisoners to different parts of colonies, places that they colonize. So this is what we have with the dark complexion people being in Africa with this R1 marker. The same thing with the same people being in the Caribbean. All these people have been people that relocated. Now for the other side of the story of the R1B being in North America as so-called Native Americans, I believe that that's dealing with various groups of Viking ancestry people relocating to the Americas, integrating with Native American groups of people and overthrowing the men in those cultures to be with those women. The irony is, a lot of all these people are the same people, especially high up in Canada, and all these people are like closely related people. So the irony is that um, these Native American people on that northeast eastern side dealing with the R1B or R1A, these are dealing with Viking babies that was probably and possibly adopted into Native American culture. Other than that, you do have a lot of R1Bs after the fact and after the point because of the various wars that the world been into or been in. Um, Heavy exploration, heavy colonization, and so on. So let me move on from that point to the next point. So we'll just go here and so these are just like random PDFs or NIH files done on Native Americans from multiple articles and resources, researches, and a lot of this is coming from the same information that you find on Wikipedia, and most of the time these are the details from those articles. So those articles have a summary. These are the details most of the time to the summary. And you'll see sometimes the same scientists or doctors involved with both pages. So all we're just doing on here is just looking at all the information dealing with Native American DNA. C, white DNA dealing with Shemitic Moabites. Q, white DNA dealing with Japhetic Asian people. R, white DNA dealing with Japhetic European people. on the mtDNA side, A, B, C, and X, all those are your Japhetic women, Native American groups. And D would be your Shemitic Moabite group of women. So we are scrolling down. And here you are at the first point of reference at the maternal lineages. Remember, Israelite women, mtDNA is L2, and that's it. The membership in Y chromosome, the haplogroup Q, C, or R, was determined for 231 males from 12 populations in this study. So these are the groups. So some of these groups are on that chart on my chart right here. And some of them are on this one. So I don't really have to get into a lot of this stuff because this is just basic after a while with this information. And then they put somebody being extinct. Nobody is extinct yet. But these people are extinct, but they still went ahead and did numbers and percentages for them. So, yeah. And all these people are just dealing with C, Q, and R1. And then you have others. But yeah, the majority of these groups are dealing with people that are not Israelites. So, and on this one, you have all your favorites. So we can't be like, oh, they don't have this group. Well, a lot of these groups are associated and closely related and are a part of the BIA. So it's like you just gotta, take this L. Let's see. mtDNA information. Once again, they go X, they go what I've been saying. And I believe that's about it. So let's see. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to share with y'all with the information. And like always, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahushai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section according to the community guidelines, and I'll get back to the comment as soon as possible with either a comment or a video. Once again, peace and thank y'all all.